Hey, James, welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. I find it interesting that Lisa Bevere, wife of author, well, actually, Lisa Bevere has written some books too, but her husband, John Bevere, has written a lot more. Lisa come out and said, oh, people shouldn't be talking bad about ministers, and that's not what this is about, Lisa. Let's make it one thing crystal clear. I want to show the picture of Cindy Clemenshire. My goal is to stop this from happening to other people. We can't use certain words on YouTube, so I have to refer to this as SA. It's a type of assault. And it should never happen to anybody, anywhere. Period. The goal is to eliminate it. There is no excuse. Now, what happens? I'll tell you what happens, because I'm reading a book right now by Dr. Jim Stout called Boundary Setting for Clergy and Ministry Workers. And the interesting thing is in this book, and I will share more about this tomorrow, is he talks about how many ministers work 50, 60, 70 hours a week because they have lots and lots of people who want their time. They want personal counsel. They want them to do some kind of memorial service. They want them to do funerals. They want them to do weddings. They want them to do, hey, pastor, you got to be a part of this committee at church. And, oh, we need you at this meeting at church also. Oh, and we need you at this other meeting at church. And what happens is ministers are literally burning the candle at both ends. And then all of a sudden, because ministers are in the spotlight. And you have to understand, part of the dynamic is that there are exceptions to the rule, but we are, as human beings, we are attracted to other people who are confident, who have a purpose, who have direction in their life, and they're motivated. And so a pastor will be overworked. They're not spending time with their spouse. They're not spending time with their family. And then all of a sudden the congregate gets a little too friendly, and the hug gets a little too long. And before you know it, they're having to step down because they had an affair. I want to be crystal clear, especially to you, Lisa Bevere. I think, and I've heard both John and Lisa Bevere speak in public. So when I lived in Oklahoma, I went to Victory Conference in Tulsa a couple times. So I've heard them speak. John Bevere is a really good speaker. Lisa's decent, but John Bevere is a very good public speaker. Let's make this abundantly crystal clear. The goal of this channel isn't subscribers. The goal of this channel isn't clicks. The goal of the channel is, number one, I want to encourage as many people who are Christians to be more like Jesus every day. Number two, a certain SA needs to be eliminated. No more. We have to put our foot down and say, this has got to stop. You know how many classmates of mine that I went to high school with were assaulted as teenagers? Do you know how many women I dated when I was in my 20s that told me privately that they had been a victim of SA? Several. It's got to stop. So, Lisa, this isn't just about bashing ministers, at least not on my part. It's about holding people to the highest standard, and the highest standard is we as ministers, if you're ordained, we are servants. We serve other people, and we trust God that God will provide our needs. You never, ever get physically involved with somebody that you're serving. God gave you a spouse. You spend time with your spouse. And that's the thing. Ministers go home and they wonder why their wife isn't receptive. Or female ministers, you go home and wonder why the husband is so wrapped up in this. Actually, that's probably not true. If flip the role with my spouse, because my wife is an educated lady and she's very smart. If my wife was the minister and I was the one that was working from home, and she came up to me and planted a kiss on me and said, "Hey, let's go to the bedroom," I could probably have a broken arm and I'd probably still. So I don't know. I don't know what that dynamic is like. Obviously, I'm not a female minister. I can't speak on that. But I can tell you, guys, if you want to connect with your spouse physically, you've got to connect with her emotionally first. That's a little extra tidbit. So if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. We will talk more about this book tomorrow. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.